This is a motherfucking website. All right, so Andrew is saying goodbye to Twitter and Reddit. This just happened like less than 48 hours ago, fresh off the press. And I would just first and foremost like to say that I think that Andrew Kelly is a champion and that he has produced a lot of good stuff and he has birthed onto this universe Zig. In fact, one of my most popular tweets of all time was him doing this tweet about, or this Stack Overflow question about how to open up a file in C++. And I thought, dang, he went from that to creating Zig, and it was just glorious. And I've always had a huge just place in the heart for what he's created. You know, lots of respect for the guy. And since he's leaving, I figured it'd be good to do a little homage here for him. Deal? Deal. All right. So it's been over 3 years since my last blog post. Classic tech blogger, really. It's been 20 since mine. I think that the website code started to feel like it had a bit rotted. And so I'm making a new blog post became onerous. But I have taken the time to redo the website using Zig. So it's quite easy to add blog posts now. And plus, I've added dark mode. But I see that he did add no CSS. Okay, maybe a touch of CSS could do you. Okay, HR, look at that HR. You know that's an HR. You know for a fact, you know it, that is nothing but an HR. Called it. HR. Horizontal rule right there. By the way, I'm not banging drugs. That is just a bee sting. Just in case someone in a video is like, hey, sir, why do you got a big mark on your arm? Are you banging cocaine before all of these? No. Over the past few years, I amassed a healthy number of followers on Twitter by posting screenshots, demos, and small progress updates for Zig programming language. It felt good to gain an audience and to have my perspective and efforts weighed more heavily in the court of public opinion. I think this is great. I mean, you obviously built something. People really, lots of people love it. Even, the guys over at Terso, when they're building their, one of their tools, just absolutely have raved about it, and they've continued to rave about it, and they really seem to just love Zig. And so I take their word pretty high. And so, who knows? Okay, my phone, shut up. It's literally Warren buffering, not shutting up. However, I always knew that it would need to end. It's not really possible to use Twitter without at least a little bit of doom scrolling, and that activity took a toll on me emotionally. There's something that feels so horrible about scrolling Twitter. I don't know what it is. I literally cannot scroll Twitter without getting anxiety. Twitter has become a read or a write-only platform for me because it just keeps giving me so much anxiety. So I just go on there, I say something stupid, and I've just been scrolling less and less because I can just feel it eating me. You know what I mean? I think that the core concept of a tweet is fundamentally unhealthy because by design, it promotes angry and extreme content. Nuance and subtlety is impossible to distinguish from dog whistling. Most users don't understand that by dunking on someone, they are actually promoting the content. In summary, it gave me a darker feeling about the world in general and in exchange did not offer much to enrich my life. Oh, well, that's sad. To be completely fair for me, I really enjoy looking at Warren buffering tweets and pick tweets and trash tweets and milky tweets. And so I kind of just have like a list of people that I like to just look at for their stuff. And for me, that's fun. It kind of feels like we're just having this weird public conversation of who can just say the dumbest thing possible. And it's just been so much fun. Someone actually saying 4chan's greater than Twitter. Now that is a statement of the century. I don't even know what to do with that. What do I do with that? What do you want me to do with that? What? So when the shitification process kicked into high gear with the acquisition of Twitter by Elon Musk, this was a perfect opportunity for me to make an exit. Yeah, that's good. Feels like a clean break. It has now been a few months since I downloaded all my data and deleted my account, and in retrospect, it was so worth it. I feel more optimistic about the world and human society in general. I interact with people around me with fewer preconceived judgments about their belief system. And finally, I have more nuanced conversations with my wife and friends about politics and other hot topics without worrying that I'm going to come off as a dog whistling or naysaying. Personally, my general rule of thumb is I just don't worry about that at all because I hang out with people that I know aren't going to be worrying about that. There's something about that where if you're always worrying about dog whistling, I feel like you're just hanging around with the wrong people, right? Like if you can't just talk to someone without them thinking you might be a racist, there's something weird about that that's just like totally uncool. It's like I do think that it's probably, if you're at that point of mindset, it's probably good to walk away from Twitter, honestly. It's probably a good time to walk away because I feel like you've just developed an echo chamber in which is just giving you such an unhealthy look on life, right? I just assume most people aren't horrible people, and then life just works out pretty well. You know what I mean? One thing I do miss is to have the ability to correct misinformation that I stumble upon in the wild. For example, somebody linked this tweet. This was my favorite tweet of all time. Okay, why am I being accused of misinformation here? What have I done to you? I cannot stop thinking about this. Andrew created Zig and 15 years ago asked on Stack Overflow how to open a file in C++. First off, that is correct information to the T. I would like to just be completely fair. This was 15 years ago. This is Andrew. I nailed it, okay? I literally nailed that. Show me my lie. Show me my lie. That's because there is none. There's none. Okay, well maybe I said 15 years ago and that's 14, but I put the little shooter in front of it. And anyways, if you take this in any other way, then this is incredible and motivating that you can accomplish anything with time plus effort. You are then sad nuts. Yep, I definitely said that, and that's true. It's a sweet sentiment. Unfortunately, it's based on one bit of misunderstanding. If you look at the date or the date the question was asked, it was August 11th, 2008. According to Wikipedia, Stack Overflow launched on in September 15th, 2008. What? How is this possible? Well, where the hell did I get this? Let's see, I'll tell you. If you look at the citation, it's a link from the launch announcement on Joel Spolksy's blog, a blog that I was a huge fan of when I was 20 years old. And the fact is that Stack Overflow actually announced it before that. I was on a podcast with Jeff Atwood. What the hell's happening here? I've been hit by fake news. I've been hit by the fake news. Being a board intern at Lockheed Martin because they failed to find me anything to do besides learn XML. What? I enthusiastically participated in the launch of Stack Overflow, including asking basic questions such as how do you open a file in C++? So he did ask it. Got him in order to farm karma points. It definitely worked. By the way, to be completely fair, I too have farmed karma points back in the day on Stack Overflow. My favorite question is always which is more Pythonic. Put a star on it. Anything ask anything. Which is more Pythonic? Not A in B or A not in B. You'll get like breakdowns of bytecode. You'll get people jumping in. They love that crap. They love it. They're in it. How big? Okay, the dict one is a little bit different, but I get that. Okay, so maybe I got work, and it definitely worked. I have edit powers on the website now, and you can bet your ass I use them to clean up misleading suggestions and stinky opinions wherever I see them. Now, I don't want to poop on the Privateers parade. You are pooping on my parade. You're pooping on me. So I can find him the replacement lore. So here you go. Enjoy this one. Oh, okay. I will. This could be some. This could be some good. There's some lore in here. I'll have to scour this to understand what the hell's happening in here. But that seems very exciting. I don't have a clue about binary files. I'm a good programmer and I have read more programming books than I can count, but still have no knowledge about binary files. Can you read them? Will they look like text? Is it good to use them? How can I print it to a binary file and then retrieve from a binary file? I was 14 years old when I wrote this cringe fest. I think Primegen's take can survive transplant from Stack Overflow question to this forum post. That is awesome. That is awesome. This is great. I love the fact that I've made it into an announcement. I made it into the announcement for being a purveyor of misinformation. Can we just take a second here? I've officially reached, I believe I've done it. I have reached mainstream media. I've done it. Everybody, come on, bring it in. Rein it in. I need a desk. I need a desk somewhere. Just anyone offered to me, we're going in. I'm going in. I'm ready. I'm ready to deliver. I'm ready to deliver some fake news. Primegen equals CNN. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game. I'll be on Fox News. I'll be on CNN. I'll be on MSNBC. You tell me. Give me a desk. I got some takes. Now, I'm going to rip my shirt off and sell vitamins. Hell yeah, brother. So much fun. Anyways, all right. Let's keep on going. Unlike Twitter, I don't know how am I supposed to keep going. I got you guys all riled up talking about I'm going to tear off my shirt. And now you guys are like, hell yeah, get them nipples out, boy. And then now we have to answer the question is, why are you yelling to get my nipples out, boy? Something about that seems a little sus, chat. Prime on InfoWars? Put me in InfoWars. Do you know how sweet that would be if I could make one appearance on InfoWars? I would do it. Hands down. If I got invited, I would run to that opportunity. It'd be so great. Unlike Twitter, where I find the elemental unit of socializing problematic. Wow, that is quite the sentence you just used there. In and of itself, I think that Reddit formula is solid gold. This is the one case of malevolent platform stewards. What? I expect this from every platform run by for-profit entities, where the goal is not to serve the users, but to milk them for capital gains. The grim reaper of capitalism has come for Reddit. Whoa. This is so intense. I was not ready for this. Right now, venture capitalists are freaking out about AI. Publicly traded businesses with access to structured user speech that can be used as training data are rushing to build a moat around that data. That's why Twitter prevented viewing tweets from logged out users, and Reddit locked down its API despite it causing a massive protest from the moderators who do the actual labor to keep the website running. Yep, we remember all of this. We've talked about all of this. Detecting that Reddit and shitification was reaching terminal levels, I decided that during these protests was the ideal time to close the r/zig subreddit, which I was currently a moderator of. I closed the subreddit, downloaded all my user data, and permanently deleted my Reddit account, leaving moderation to Loris Crow. Okay, VP of Community of Zig Software Foundation. Okay. Cool. I think. It's always sad when you close things down and all that, right? Like you gotta have. Whoopsie days. You definitely want. Is it back open? Is r/zig? Like, are we back? Oh, we're so back. Okay, we're so back. You know. Once Loris was the sole moderator, he decided to change the subreddit to read-only mode. However, this was thwarted today when a troll checked their comment history, performed a hostile takeover in broad daylight, and reopened the sub. What? It appears that Reddit admins are perfectly willing to forcibly replace moderators in an effort to keep the system churning out the user's data. Really? What is this? Hold on. Automod. Hey, useless options. Thanks for requesting this sub. Please reply to this comment with the following information to complete your request. Failure to do so will result in your request being denied. What are your plans for the subreddit? Please message the moderators of the subreddit that you requested, letting the mods know why you would like to mod and include your link of your message. Okay. Where's useless? Where is it? Okay, it doesn't look like I don't see it anywhere. Oh, wait, approved. We encourage to check out mod support. Wait, approved. Oh gosh, it happened. What happened to it? What? What just happened here? Approved. Where's the comments? Click the load more. Oh yeah, I see it. Again, I don't know. There's only 8 comments. I think I see them all. Where's the load more? Oh, load more comments. Sorry. That somehow didn't do anything to me. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Load more really, I don't think did anything. Reddit stepped. A Reddit admin. Oh, you're right. Reddit admin stepped in. Yeah, I don't use Reddit, as you can obviously see. Zig reopened. I think that it's very healthy. The problem is that, okay, so I'm going to just, I don't like to, yeah, I'm going to do it anyways. I don't like that there's a hostile takeover, but having a place for people, the problem is you need an area for your community to be. And Reddit is a fairly good place for the community. You could also argue a Discord would be really, really good. Discord's probably better, kind of. There's something really nice about Reddit that it's searchable. It seems weird to close it down and not let anybody open it back up, because then you just have Zig, r/zig2. You don't really change the problem space. Nothing happens. But I'll look at the next paragraph. I'm just saying that out loud. Like when I hear this and see this, I don't think this solves any form of problems. I think it just makes things more complicated, if anything. Right? Anyways, I don't consider this to be a problem. It is outside my control what Reddit does with its own data. I just want to make sure it's crystal clear that Zig Software Foundation, and myself are in no way affiliated with Zig. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a perfectly reasonable statement. It's a subreddit. Let's see, that subreddit is now run by a third party, and all signs point to a high likelihood of problematic behavior happening there, which I definitely want to avoid being associated with. If you want an alternative to Zig subreddit, give Zigit a try. What is Zigit? Is that some sort of version of, is it some sort of version of, I don't know what it must like a Discord, Telegram, whatever. Just yeah, okay. This is a discourse forum software. Oh, run by a dude the builder, a friendly Zig community member, and I find it to be a healthy and rewarding way of socializing with other community members. Okay, moving forward. I have a Mastodon account, but I don't love it. No one loves being a Mastodon, I swear. For the same reasons I don't like Twitter. In addition, I think the way of consuming content is generally like watching mainstream TV or listening to the radio with ads. You're letting a bunch of people who aren't really that important to you or qualified to do the job be the content curators for you. Well, I mean, it's an odd judgment to make right there, or qualified for the job. Because the thing is that it's up to the people to decide who's qualified, right? Like, who gets to decide that? Well, as many people listen to them. And so in some sense, you're very qualified. You're very qualified. If you get a bunch of people to listen to you, in some sense, you're qualified to speak. You just may not be that knowledgeable about it. Got it. I get that. I mean, I'm a dummy. Some people listen to me for whatever reason. I think you guys are all stupid for doing that. Why would you do that? I took my hoodie off for this one. Discord has been decent for a while. I suspect that enshittification will commence soon. We should be able to look out for an alternative over the next 5 years. I'm going to look into setting up an RSS reader for myself and starting hunting for high-quality blogs. And finally, I'll be redirecting my micro-blogging energy that was previously wasted on Twitter into actual blogging energy here. Well, that's good. I think that if you have longer things to say, I think having your own blog is like the place to be, for sure. Absolutely. The thing that I see, I mean, overall, like, I think Andrew Kelly's done incredible stuff out there. Really, really, really amazing stuff. I kind of see this sentiment among some people in the programming world, and I kind of feel bad for it just because there's undercurrent all of this. There's this idea that your view of the world is the correct one, and everything else is shitty because it doesn't align with whatever you think. That's how I read this view, and maybe that's not fair. And I'm not trying to dunk on him or anything like that. It's just like you're constantly taking yourself out into these smaller and smaller circles where only more and more people just agree with you. And I feel really bad for that. Like, you should really reconsider and think about what you're doing. I'm not saying come back to Twitter. Leave Twitter behind. Twitter's a shithole 85% of the time. 15% of the time, it's incredible. It is fun. I have a great time on it. Absolutely love it. And then there's other times that I get called a racist by people of rustiness, right? And so, like, or you just get these annoying tweets. Like, I get like every now and then someone will be like, who's the most annoying content creator? I'll get tagged like 5 times, right? It will always happen inevitably. No matter what. That's just life on Twitter, right? I'm okay with it. It just is what it is. I just go ban. I just go block, 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 because I don't care. I don't care. If you don't like me, go for it. It doesn't bother me. And so, it just feels interesting to block yourself off or to create your own walled gardens, because I don't think you're fixing anything, right? If anything, you're only making whatever perceived problem you have worse by creating an ever more narrow channel of people that you communicate with. In other words, you just create a progressively smaller echo chamber to the point where how idealized do their views have to, or how aligned do their views have to be with yours to be a part of this. And so I never have a problem, listening to things that I find annoying or yucky. I don't have a problem with that. I just usually ignore those people. If they're especially egregious, I'll mute or block them just because I don't want to see that, right? And then I just move on with my day. And I think that there's something up. I'm just okay with not being okay, if that makes any sort of sense. In some sense, I really like when someone challenges me, even if they do it in a mean way, because even if I just go, oh, this person's a dummy, for a brief moment, I think, am I the bad guy here? And I do that every time because I could be wrong. I very well could be the wrong person. I could very well be doing the wrong thing, and I need to constantly reassess myself. And even if it's someone that absolutely has no right, no knowledge, no anything to look into my life, still, if they're saying something, it gives me a moment to reconsider the things I've done and do any of my activities align with what they're saying. Because obviously they came to that conclusion for some reason. It's a chance for me to realign myself. But I think the best thing that I do is I have a life greatly outside of all this. And I think that that's something that really helps. Here's the part where I brag on you, where I have sex and children. I have a beautiful wife, and we've made lots of children. And so, like, my life doesn't revolve around y'all's opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I like Asmon's take as well. If someone's genuinely critiquing you, it's good to consider. But if someone's just attacking you, just block them. That's what I do too. It's literally what I do. And so, over the weekend, you know what I do instead of going on Twitter? I go to my kid's soccer game. This Saturday, I get to play 2 rounds of golf, 36 holes. And out of every person at the place that I'm going golf with, out of the literal 100 people that are joining in this tournament, I have the single highest handicap. I am the worst player there. And it's going to be a great, great time. Instead of being worried about all this crap, yeah, I'm out there playing golf and feeding horses, Pick. Oh, Pick, I got an image. I'm going to get an image for you. But it's just like one of those things where, it's just, I feel bad about this ever need. And you do see it a lot of, I do see it a lot among a lot of prolific not prolific, but legendary content creators. Legendary people have done great things in this space. Hang on there, Cowboy. We need to talk about this soccer thing. Hey, Judo, I agree with you, but I don't have a choice on this one, okay? My wife loves soccer, okay? And my kids are young, and so I just want them running and using their body right now. But I see it a lot. They keep on closing themselves off to the world because of some perceived differences and all that. And, I feel bad about it, but also it could be the right move. Maybe it's just not for you, and that's okay too, right? That's okay too. I don't blame you either. But I really do genuinely appreciate Andrew. I think he's done amazing things in the community, and I don't want you guys to dog on him. It's his choice, and it's his life to live. And so we should wish him the best, and hopefully he gets a good group that can really push Zig forward and make great progress into this. And hopefully there can be some other area. Like, if there's an area better than Reddit for Zig, and it truly is a good area, then yeah, hell yeah, right? Like, hell yeah. I think we can all agree that would be awesome, right? Because I don't think any of us love Reddit. I think when you go on Reddit, you go like this. Ew. Gross. It turns out touching grass is good for the brain. Absolutely. So Andrew deserves a hug. Listen, I think soccer is an amazing sport. Great exercise. It's supposed to be a team build and working well with others. I think every little girl and twig-like boy should play it. Men, however, should grapple. Hey, Judo, if it makes you feel better, my boys want to do BJJ, and so we're gonna do some martial arts of some form as well, depending on what's available. Okay, so don't worry, I get it. I'll be doing it with them. Anyways, so many appreciations to all of you guys. I hope that you guys all. I hope you guys all just realize that life is not that. Like, life is serious. These social networks and stuff, they're not. Don't take them seriously. Don't go on there for amazing life advice. Don't go on there for amazing everything, okay? I think at the end of the day, you'll be disappointed and sad, and you'll feel completely emotionally like the ocean being tossed up and down if you just go there for meaning, okay? Because there's no meaning there, okay? It's a bunch of people making 280 character assertions that may or may not be correct at all, okay? The name is I Think Zig is an Incredible Language Again.